Mics are hot?
Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
Hold on, the mic's hot?
Mics are hot. What up?
What's up?
This is Car Bros Podcast, episode 60.
The big 6-0.
Big 60. That seems like a lot now that I'm looking at it.
God damn.
I know.
Yeah. What's up? Thank you for being here. This is live, by the way, for some people. Thank you for being here on this live broadcast, especially those of you who are here live. And usually we figure out when the next one of these will be at the end of it, and it's this really awkward moment where we're trying to decide when we're gonna do the next.
By the way, we're going head to head against the Oscars
tonight. Yeah.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Oscars
We
right
moved
now?
it from Super Bowl Sunday to Oscars.
We postponed
Sunday.
it a week because of the last Sunday was
That
the
was
Super
Super Bowl.
Bowl.
And
And
right
then
now it's
we didn't
Oscars.
realize it was. I mean, granted, who gives a fuck about the Oscars?
I feel comfortable competing with the Oscars.
Yeah.
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 Not the NFL, though, no.
Yeah, NFL, not so much. Oscars, yes. So our next podcast, please come join us, will be March 1st, Sunday, March 1st, 5 p.m.
That's the
Pacific
World
time.
Ping Pong Championship.
Yeah, we're going head to head with the National Ping Pong League. Yeah, someone said happy birthday. How did they? Oh, because of the balloons.
Because of the balloons.
John's
Oh, yeah,
birthday
John's
is next
special
week.
day.
John's special day. My birthday was last week.
My birthday was last September
my
last
birthday
year.
is like a week from now, but
Oh, it is?
we just
next
we
week.
celebrated it.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yours is next week.
Yeah, but we celebrated last night.
We celebrated.
Went out on the town.
All right. Yeah, we went bowling. Sick. Bowling's awesome.
I agree.
Bowling is a lot of fun.
Shout out to bowling.
Shout out to bowling. Yeah, was it you were saying bowling's the only sport where any average person can do.
I don't really follow pro bowling, but isn't
don't
it
think
just
anyone does.
regular bowl? Is there
Yeah.
a difference? It's
No.
not they don't set up difficult shots, do they?
No.
It's just trying. It's like a one-on-one competition,
Yeah.
just trying to beat the other guy.
Yeah, we were talking about it's bowling and darts are the two semi-professional
And shooting
sports.
free throws in basketball.
That's not a sport though.
But it's part of a sport that anyone can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But bowling and darts, the thing you do, pretty much anyone can do accidentally.
Yeah, get a strike.
And
Yeah, the
where
best,
it's
the best thing.
Most people can't drive a home run into the bleachers.
Or throw an 80-yard pass.
Yeah, or kick a field goal or something. But bowling, it's yeah, let's go bowl. I got a strike.
Oh, sweet.
You know?
It's
High
the one
five.
sport that half the people that do it are fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sweet. Okay. Also, we have a Patreon. We have some patrons here in the audience, as
So.
always, which is great to see. If you're interested in becoming a patron, highly recommend it. On our Patreon, we do behind-the-scenes stuff. Anytime we edit a video, there's always leftover footage or jokes that didn't make it, like the Monterey video. There's 15 minutes of footage from that. We put all that stuff on Patreon. Updates just as we're doing things, whatever. That's all on Patreon. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, there will be a link in the description below, and you can also get there by Googling Car Bros Patreon. So check that out if you're not already a patron. If you are a patron, thank you. We appreciate that. Speaking of patrons, Ben Long,
What's up, man?
patron and all-around great guy, sent us
Super sweet.
some merch,
Swag.
which we have displayed in the middle of the table here. He sent us some Popeyes chicken sandwich themed shirts. Which is, even as I am saying it, it's pretty hard to say with a straight face. So those are pretty sweet. Those showed up at my door. People occasionally send us stuff.
Yeah.
And it's always funny and good
Yeah.
gifts. The gifts we get are they're fun to get. And so, what's up, Ben? And so that showed up at my door. I was like, the hell is it? I'm always, there's part of me that's is this going to be a horse head? It's I'm always is this going to be something bad? But yeah, that was pretty funny. I truly didn't know what it was. We actually met Ben in Monterey kind of randomly.
Yeah.
When we were there with the Fieri. It was the first night we had gotten there, and we just bumped into him. Yeah, so that was cool. So what's up, Ben? Thank you for that.
Yes.
if you want to join Patreon and send us sweet
Send us
stuff.
money and stuff.
We could probably do another shout out to Jordan, because Garrett and I occasionally we stream on Twitch just for some reason.
We have a Twitch stream that
It was all John's idea.
pretty inactive about,
But we only get like one viewer, and it's Jordan
it's
from
literally
Patreon.
some guy named Jordan.
So
who
we
comes
just
and
have the
watches
most
us.
random conversations.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna keep doing it.
We might. I mean,
may or may
occasionally.
not.
Yeah.
But what's up, Jordan?
Yeah.
What's up?
It's like us playing video games and then Jordan like chatting.
Yeah. Just like hanging out with us.
Yeah, that was.
It's like, by the way, what do you think I should get? Like,
yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that turning into some, but we don't really
Have a set schedule or anything.
publish it,
Yeah.
or when we're gonna do it or whatever. What's up, Jordan? Yeah, he's in the audience. Yeah, that was pretty fun. The Jack Diamond, we're working on a larger than usual Jack Diamond project, and we have launched a Kickstarter to help fund that.
Yeah, launched what?
That came out on
Little less
Tuesday
than
or
a week
Wednesday. I
ago,
can't
yeah.
remember. It is now Sunday, and that we're asking for $2,500, and that is about halfway funded, I think.
Yeah, solid.
So thank you very much for that. We got a comment today. Shoot, I didn't bring it up, but we got a comment like 2 hours ago that was something about like, oh, I remember when you guys used to make videos and not just make podcasts and beg for money.
Well,
It's very true.
Which, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. I hear you.
I remember.
Yeah, I do remember that. And so I thought I would address that comment. First of all,
I said, "Fuck you."
yeah, what's up, bitch? She comes down to my face. But there is the reason that we are asking for money for this is we're trying to make something more than just the three of us. And so we need probably a camera and sound guy, and we need some additional actors.
we need a more diverse.
and we need a space that we need to rent. And so it's gonna be more than what it's been in the past. It's just gonna be a bit of a next level. It's not huge,
Right.
It's $2,500, but it's gonna be more than what we've done before. And it'll be more content. It's gonna be a 3 if it happens. The other thing about this is like if people don't want it, we won't do it. That's the beauty of Kickstarter is like
Right.
if we hit the goal, we'll do it. But if our intentions are out of line with what our fans,
People just want us to stream Fortnite.
yeah,
we
or
will.
it's like we'll do something else. We'll do something else. So if this doesn't work, I don't want to push this the same way that we pushed the Monterey thing, because that was like, come on, guys, this is gonna be dope.
Right.
Like we really want to do this. This, I think, it's gonna be funny.
But with that said,
we have a lot of the kind of bones of it already written, and it's really funny. But if people aren't feeling Jack Diamond or whatever, it's like we don't need to do it. But the easiest way I think to describe it is it's like The Office, except instead of an office, it's in a garage, and instead of Michael the boss, it's Jack Diamond. It's like that's the gist. Yeah, that's basically
That's the elevator pitch.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
pitch. That's the like 10-second pitch. And so it's hilarious. I mean, it's like the stuff we've written so far. It's funny. It's going to be funnier than the previous Jack Diamond stuff, and slightly better produced. And we're going to try harder on it. But that's why that's why we're asking for money for that. So if you haven't watched that video, we put out a little like Jack introducing the concept video. That's on the channel. You can also
who says we don't make videos?
yeah, see, we made that. You can also, I think you can just Google like Carbro's Kickstarter and
That'll
eventually
probably
find
find
it
it,
through
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that heavy metal hamsters. Says sup nerds. That's right. Sup man. Thank you. We also accept donations through Super Chat. If you want to ask us a question directly, go ahead and Super Chat us. Really any amount of money. We're desperate. We'll take anything. Okay, and finally, Jay Leno's Garage, which is a program that we were featured on,
Or we will be featured.
has not yet aired still.
Although it's in the works.
It is. We think it is getting close because they have asked us for footage from the Monterey documentary,
release documents, yeah.
and also we're signing some additional releases for that. And so it sounds like they're actually editing it together now and getting close. So I suspect that is coming soon.
Hot on the heels.
We still don't have further info on it.
But in the event it happens before podcast, we'll let you guys know one way or another.
Just to remind you, though, we sorry, got hung up on a comment. We are allowed to repost that apparently on our channel, so don't worry about having cable. It's going to be on CNBC, but apparently we can just repost it on our channel, so you will definitely not miss it. So smash that subscribe button.
Hit that bell icon.
Hit that bell. Okay, the other thing, I guess these are all just other things.
Lots of
Stop
things.
saying that. Somebody, I forget who submitted this now. The artwork. Was it Hunter Swift's?
I think it's his roommate, right? Or brother?
Oh, yeah. Someone.
It was the guy we met in Monterey.
So we met this guy, Hunter Swift.
Maybe his brother-in-law.
And then it was like Russell or something.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
It's Russell.
Russell.
Sup, Russ.
Yeah.
Sup, Russell. But I'm not sure if that was him. But so if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. If not, sup, Russell. Russell submitted, or he commissioned this. I'm not really sure how this came about, but somebody submitted some pretty awesome artwork of the Fieri.
Damn.
Which you can see here. if you're listening to this on iTunes, you should check out this moment in the YouTube.
It truly captures the essence.
It's pretty solid.
And so this is a drawing based on, I think, a Hunter Swift photograph.
Yeah, it's the photo he took. Yeah.
So it's pretty great. And so this prompted me to reach out to the patrons and say, if anyone else would like to draw something,
fan art,
some
section.
fan art, go ahead and submit it.
Well,
And
we'll have to go through that. We're not just going to put up anything, as you can tell.
Yeah, our bar is pretty high. I received 0 submissions from that request, but I'm gonna open it up to the public. If anyone would like their Car Bros themed, or really any automotive themed artwork featured in this segment,
Let's keep it rated R and
keep it maximum R rating. Go ahead and submit that to our email, I guess.
Yeah.
carbros2000@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Carbros 1 through 1999 was taken. So carbros2000@gmail.com. Submit your artwork. See if you can top that sweet ass. The other thing we had is that Garrett's son, Kent.
he is. He'll be 3 in April.
He'll be 3 in April, and apparently he's a big Car Bros fan.
Not just because his dad's in it. I think it's just
he found it
just
independently.
naturally. Yeah, he searched for it. He took in the last 6 months or so. He's taken an especially big liking to Jack Diamond. I don't know why, but because kids will. They'll watch the same thing.
Obsessively watch
They'll
thing.
they'll watch the same video 1,000 times.
Yeah.
He's almost that way.
Usually it's Frozen.
He's really pumping up our numbers. Yeah.
He's really boosting us.
Yeah.
But anyways, he especially likes Jack Diamond, and he's gotten to the point where he's kind of memorized some of the lines, and we have a little taste of that right here.
Yeah. So I asked Garrett to record him saying some of his favorite
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to tell him to say it. I just have to start the line.
Yeah.
And then
he'll
he
finish
kind
it.
he kind of
Comes in.
Yeah, he comes in and
goes
picks
for
it
it.
up.
So here that is.
Yeah. Hit it.
Hey, there's only.
Muchacho.
Say that again. Say it again.
No, chacho. He used me, anabas, muchacho.
First of all, his timing's awful.
He's working on it.
He's not even close to getting the joke right. But yeah, that's pretty touching. It's funny, wasn't it? Jesse Rice, his son was really into Final Race.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like we're really strong with the 25 to 45-year-old males, and then
2
also
to 4.
the 2 to 4.
Yeah.
We've got this little blip on the pre-5. Yeah. Anyways, somebody in the comments said that drawing looks like something the person who built the Fieri.
That was the blueprints right there.
Yeah, that was actually the engineering drawing. We found it recovered.
I need you to execute on this.
That's what he submitted to the bank to get the loan.
Yeah, they gave him
my vision.
They gave him $1 million because of
That's
that.
his official patent. That's
Yeah, we pulled that out of the U.S. Patent Office. That's figure 4. Yeah. Okay. Pretty sweet. Speaking of special things, special people. Oh no, I had something before this. This happened to me. I mean, I think this happens to everyone. I'm surprised we haven't talked about it yet. But it happened to me the other day leaving the store. There's this funny, like, side note. There's this funny phenomenon when you park. Like, can you remember where you parked today when you went somewhere? You probably can, right?
Yeah.
Like the last place you parked when you went somewhere. But can you remember yesterday? You know,
not usually.
It's just like it just fades into
one of those things,
ether.
You know?
Well, it's like it's
really
funny.
makes you think.
You remember where you parked, the last place you parked. But other than that, it's a totally mindless like thought.
Right.
And so usually if you frequent a place enough, or at least I do, you kind of park in the same place,
Yeah.
if not the same spot.
Exactly.
It's like
if it's available.
It's like school. Like you just like, this is my desk.
Right, yeah.
Even though you could sit anywhere, you know. And so this happened to me the other day. I was coming out of the store and my car wasn't where I had parked it. I thought it was gone. And it was like it was just gone. And my mind went to, it must have been stolen. But why would it be?
Yeah.
And it's like this, it's especially something if you drive something where, and I tend to, they're not special cars, but they're cars that could be stolen.
Right.
Yeah.
It was either the Civic or the 4Runner.
Right.
It's like in some realm of
Somebody would like
reality,
to have it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they could be stolen. And so I was walking up and down the aisle at the grocery store, and it's like, my car's fucking gone. It's like somebody stole it. There's just this moment where it's like it's gone, and it's like I know it was here, and it's gone, and it was legitimate. Like 5 minutes, and it's like, I guess I Uber
or call the
home
police.
or something, and then it was like, oh, it was on the other side. And that's this moment where it's like, oh,
that's right.
right. I came in through the other street, which I never do. And I parked, and it's there. And then you're like, of course, no one would fucking steal this thing. But it's happened to me at least twice in my life where it's like, it was stolen. It's like, this must be what it feels like when your car's stolen. It's just gone.
Do you remember when we came out of the junkyard for my Accord and we were just
Yeah.
like, well,
it was the same kind of thing.
well, but that was more like immediate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There wasn't any like, well, did we park like way on the other
Yeah, Mike
side?
had a 90s Accord wagon. We've talked about it. And we went to the junkyard and came out and it was gone. But it's the same kind of thing. It was like, we parked here, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of disbelief.
Except in that case, the car was actually stolen.
Yeah, except it was an Accord. We were like, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's an Accord.
It's a hot commodity. So someone came to the junkyard.
Park
and
at the
left
place where
with
people that know how to like take
yeah.
apart.
Exactly what they want.
Literally at the worst place to park a car like that. But yeah, I don't know why I just thought that was funny. It's like every once in a while it's like, it's gone. Fucking car's stolen. But yeah, it wasn't, luckily.
There you go.
I was happy to have it back.
You seem to have a lot of blunders with the 4Runner, like losing your key and
I still haven't gotten a spare key. Somebody asked me about
still
that.
rolling.
Coming to blows with someone downtown city.
yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right.
that's right. Yeah, it's a pretty wild life I lead,
Yeah.
as you can tell.
The adventuring. type.
Good for the audience, but it's a lot of stress for me. Okay, so Garrett has stopped using Facebook. Is that right?
Not entirely, but I've stopped using it regularly.
Yeah.
You like deleted the app off your phone, or
Right,
something?
yeah,
So you
Is that
only
what
use it
was?
on the computer.
So-
yeah.
And so that has really hindered
The content
our
side.
access to.
Our Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Honestly,
classifieds.
if they had an app just for the marketplace, I would use that,
Yeah.
which I don't think they do.
Yeah,
Because I just don't want to be exposed to all the other shit on there. But
yeah. It's weird how
cars
like,
are fine.
most people don't like Facebook,
But they like begrudgingly.
but I guess they use it. They like, yeah. Facebook's a lot like smoking cigarettes.
Yeah,
Apparently,
I know it's bad.
Like, I really need to quit, but fuck. So, anyways, I guess this was from
This is from
Craigslist,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Yeah, which is still bad. But I don't even know how to title this. I mean, what do we even? How do we
It's
even
a sad
introduce
story.
this? It's a.
No,
it's
don't
a-
start with that, bro.
It's
Which
a.
one? Which one should I start with?
Bro,
I don't even.
you just killed it.
It's
They
it
haven't,
live.
they haven't seen it.
Oh, it's not live.
Calm down.
Okay, all right, start with the one with the normal front.
The after.
Like, yeah. So there's a Miata for sale.
Okay. Miata for sale. Switch it over. See
Yeah,
this.
they can see this.
Yeah. So
okay.
this is like the picture that pops up in the little thumbnail.
There's the title image.
Yeah, you're like, okay. I think it said like $1,800 or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right.
Where is the ad? Let's see the.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Zoom and enhance.
So selling my Miata, I bought the car with the front end. You can see picture to come at the end of the pictures, and tried to bring it back to life.
Yeah, this is sad. This is one man's.
This is someone, this is his
Attempt.
plight. It does run and kind of drive, but you'll need a trailer. It is my failed project car.
I do like how
He's like so sad.
Yeah, he's honest. He's
Yeah.
very.
So
He's been
you feel
humbled.
for him.
He's been humbled by this vehicle.
I have added a lot to. I can't afford to put any more into it, but I think I've given the next person a good base point, or at least a way better start than what I had. And then a bunch of shit that he replaced. And so let's see the picture of the front end it had when he bought this thing. First of all,
There it is.
God.
It has like that's almost like Celica.
I don't even.
Yeah, possibly.
Good
Yeah.
Lord. Just show that back shot too, top right. Yeah.
And the back is even worse.
I mean, why did he take this on?
Yeah,
That's
I don't know.
Like, what kind of
Those are like 94 to 97 Accord taillights. aren't
what
they?
kind of like
Yeah.
glutton for punishment?
Because it's like you can find a Miata for pretty cheap.
That's a Miata, dude.
Like,
Like, what?
I think it was like a passion project. Like he wanted to bring it back.
I guess.
He wanted to restore dignity to
He
this
just
vehicle.
felt bad for this thing. Yeah, and so I don't know. I was just kind of cracking up because I get it. The Fieri is kind of like that in a way, where it's just like, look, I just can't. My mental health just can't take any more of this, and I'm just done with it.
cut
But
your losses.
just the way he's just like, I think I helped the next person, but I don't
Please,
even.
please tell me this wasn't a huge waste of time.
Look, man, please take this thing off my
He
hands.
said that there's some pretty like in the cons it says like doesn't run right. Like the sad thing is like it doesn't even drive good.
Loss of power when driving. Yeah.
Yeah, loss of power, and then
Rear fenders.
I have a feeling, so at the end of the list of 3, item 3 of 3 is other miscellaneous issues.
Those are cons. Yeah.
It's like, I have a feeling he had this like list that was like 20 long. And he's like, you know what you're getting. Just come.
Go to the back picture again. The thing is, there's like, how do you? There's not even a way to like. Well, I'm gonna bring this back to.
Where, unless you.
I don't. Those
don't
fucking
know,
fenders,
man.
like that's.
Oh, right, the fenders.
There's no. I'm gonna put this back to normal.
Go back to the ad one last time. Oh man, dual exhaust.
Well, okay. Well,
It comes with partial
yeah,
rear
yeah.
fenders to
What-
give it a Miata rear end.
to give it.
So not only did they change the front end,
you
but
can
they
give-
also changed the rear end.
You can give this Miata a Miata rear end.
One of the pros is that he is partial. What does that even look like? Do you
I don't even know.
cut the back of the
Yeah.
Miata off?
No, yeah, like the taillights are entirely different.
Yeah. You'd have to like grind out the old guy's Bondo and shit. Ugh.
It's like, and you can buy like a halfway decent Miata for like $2,000.
Like, yeah, like 2. You find like
Yeah.
like second owner,
Yeah.
mature.
Yeah, it's sad. But the strange thing is the ad is no longer up. So
Yeah, the ad's
Yeah.
gone. We suspect he killed himself.
yeah, slight chance he may have sold it, but he more than
But
likely.
he also either junked the car and deleted any evidence of its existence, or he sold it. I don't know about 1,800 or best offer. I mean, what's your price for that thing? I think I would.
I would not take 500. Like if someone showed up with that and $500,
Yeah,
I'd be like, no, like I don't have a place.
I
for
think
this.
even 1,800 net
coming back.
Right. I don't think I would.
1,800, I might if I immediately called the junkyard.
I guess if you're allowed to just trash it.
if you can just call like Jerry's kids or whatever to come pick it up for like charity
Just like floored into a brick
or
wall.
Cars
or
for
something.
Kids or
Yeah.
whatever that thing
Yeah,
is.
I mean, I don't even. Yeah. Anyways,
Damn. Well,
there it is.
hopefully someone
I mean,
bring that back.
Good old hero, whoever tried. Good for you, man. Okay, so that got me thinking. Speaking of fixing shit, this is kind of car related because I know I have examples somewhere in my mind.
So you're downtown.
So I'm in a downtown setting. I tried to not have any downtown.
At least for this podcast.
Stories. The light on my oven broke.
Wow.
Folks,
Breaking news.
if you're wondering why people listen to this,
If you were curious if we're out of ideas or not. No, this is in the
Something everyone can relate
this is
to.
in the
You know,
realm
it
of
happens.
fixing shit.
Okay.
I have car stories. I just can't think of one. But this one happened that got me to think of this. Not my oven, my stove. So the like range light above, that broke, and it was the switch that broke, not the like bulb burned out. And so I bought a new switch and I fixed it. But in fixing it, I fucked something up every time. Like I fixed it and I was like, oh, it's not right. And then I went back and fixed it and it wasn't right. And it was like 4 or 5 times I took this stupid thing apart. And it just reminded me of when you fix shit where it's like you get so good at taking it apart because you'll get it back together. Like a common one is like, for some reason, the assembly has to go in such an order where it's like, oh, I can't put that bolt on.
I'm actually learning that quite a bit in a car mechanic simulator, the game.
We get a lot of updates on
Garrett's been sinking his teeth into a game where he works on cars
It's pretty good. Check it out.
instead of actually working on
Yeah.
cars.
replacing head gaskets, timing belts.
Rebuilding front ends.
Yeah, he updates us on like changing brakes
he's really
on cars in a game.
He was like, man, I really put in a big day of work.
Yeah, I thought it was the cam
Yeah, I
gears.
can't wait to punch out and go home so I can work on cars.
Grind on car mechanic simulator. No, but it's when you'll fix something on a car and then it's like you'll get to a point and it's like, oh, I fucked that up or something. So then you'll take it back apart and then you'll put it back together. And it's like you'll go through these loops and it's like the bolts are getting all fucked up. It's like they're getting like lock washers are getting all distorted and shit. Like the threads are getting kind of, you're like torquing it down. And then you have to like, I have to pull it back apart and stuff. I don't know why that was cracking me up. And so the thing that it led to is I got to a point where it worked, but the off position was now on.
Oh, yeah, you would reverse the wires.
No, it was like, I think it was the wrong switch. It was a different
switch for the job.
than was what was in there. And it was just like fucking good enough. It's like, it's
solid.
good enough. And it was making me think of when you'll fix shit like that and you're like, all right. I mean, usually I think the most generic common one is like you and your like wife or spouse and you're like explaining to them the like new way.
I fixed it, but now you're going to do this.
Yeah, you're like teaching them the new way that the thing works.
Don't put the switch all the way up. You're going to really screw it up.
Yeah, it's like it works. You just don't push hard on the thing.
Right.
And
If you do,
like,
it'll break up.
You can tell they're like, what? Like, why is it? But they know that you've invested so much effort.
Yeah.
they're trying to be a good sport, and so they're like, yeah, fine. You're like, it's fine.
It's like I fixed the front door, but you have to lift
It's
up on the
fixed,
handle
yeah.
before you pull.
You lift up to
Because if
get
you
it
pull,
over.
you're going to break the thing
It's
that I
fine.
fixed.
What? It works. This is the new.
Yeah. This is the way it is now.
These doors are
It's a net
old.
improvement.
It's like it's back. What do you want from me? And you're like 6 hours into fixing this stupid fucking thing. There's like Bondo on it and stuff. Yeah, so that's making me crack up. I mean, I don't care because it's a stove light, but I'm sure I've done stuff like that in cars where it's like, yeah, it's 90% fixed. It's fixed.
I couldn't figure out the last 10%.
It's fixed. Well, the last 10% probably wouldn't be that hard, but you're so tired of working on it. You're like, you know what? Or you'll be like, I'll fix it properly later.
And that
I'm not going to
later
chase
never
perfection.
Yeah. Once you strip the gloves off,
Yeah.
you pull the latex gloves off, and then which is always a funny moment because all the damage is revealed.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
You're like, oh man, my knuckles are really fucked up. You start washing your hands.
It's all sweaty.
Yeah. You're like, all right, let's go get something to eat. And that happened to me the other day. There's all these red marks up here. Why does my forearm itch so much? Because there's oil ground into a bunch of open wounds from like reaching into it. Anyways,
what do I have? Gangrene.
yeah, it's like, oh, that's probably infected. But on the plus side, that switch 90% works. I fixed it. I fixed the thing. I don't know why that Miata thing made me think of that, and the stove thing. It's just like that guy just got to a point where he's like...
But that also kind of brought up the thing about like little fixes that people say about cars. Often when they're selling them.
Yeah.
They'll be selling a car and it's like, all this car needs is an AC compressor. Like you can get one for $75.
We've talked about this before where they'll like sell a car and be like, it's perfect, except it just needs battery.
It's usually something more. It's more like, I looked at the part. It's only $25 at Kragen, and it takes like 20 minutes to.
They did some like half research.
Yeah,
I looked it up.
I didn't do it myself.
I called my parts guy. Apparently, it's available.
It's a cheap, easy fix
at AutoZone.
that I didn't do.
I'm just letting you know. It's actually a pro on the list.
You're getting a good deal. Mechanic special.
I got you so close to it.
Okay, look. A head gasket is like $15. Okay, that's all it needs. I went online and looked it up.
It might not even need one.
It just needs like a $15 part.
I don't know if it needs the chatter from the bell housing. Somebody was joking about. I forgot to. It's like, this is real dumb to talk about, but the washing your hands thing after you work on a car. Like, I used to not wear gloves, but they are worth wearing.
Yeah, like, you wear like latex.
Yeah,
not the like mechanics ones.
Well, I'll wear latex. The other thing is, if you're gonna wear latex gloves while you work on a car, you be open to going through like fucking 20 of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because usually what you'll do is like you'll slice the finger open, and it's like,
Yeah. It's still, the other 4 fingers are still protected.
And then it's like the tear is like, it's like the glove's like half on.
Those are purely just for cleanliness, right?
It's like, well, I mean,
it's not going to protect from.
Nah, you're not going to like protect your knuckles. But
well, I mean, you're not going to not get cut.
Maybe a little stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I personally like them for cleanliness. Because I've gotten to the point where, because of enough times where it's like you work on a car, and then even like Goo Gone, or not Goo Gone, but
Gojo, whatever.
Whatever the like kind of pumice-y orange stuff. It's like you'll get shit like in your.
It makes your hands all like kind of wrinkly.
It's like that is like in the pattern of my skin.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait a couple days for the skin to fall off.
Yeah, it's like it's in your like nails and stuff. You know, it's like. You just can't get them that clean.
Because if you use like the actual gloves, then they get a little unwieldy.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The nice thing about working barehanded is you can feel every. It's like
you feel every little screw.
Yeah, everything. Because we were doing some on the Fieri the other day, and it's like there's a lot of times where you have to be able to feel like, is the nut turning or is the washer turning? Just tiny little stupid stuff like that. And it's tricky with gloves, but. I'm a big fan of them, but I've had to train myself to like, okay, if it tears, pull it off and put a new glove on instead of having this like floppy like glove skin flap where there's like dirt getting in anyways. Yeah. Anyways, somebody said something about washing their hands. That made me think of that. Okay, so that is fixing shit. All right, this is a segment that we often don't do because we don't give a shit. I would say about like 80% of new cars that come out.
Yeah.
New car news.
Coin was supposed to make some segment theme songs.
Yeah, I talked real big about having like songs to play, like, okay, let's go to the news.
Bumper music.
And then you realize you have absolutely no musical talent.
And then I sat down and like started trying to compose some stuff in GarageBand, and I'm so bad. I have so little musical talent that I couldn't even produce something that was funny because it was bad. I couldn't even reach the the bottom layer of bad. Like I couldn't even get out of like cats on the keyboard. It's just like, is somebody even trying?
That's probably similar to the little music you put at the end of the 918 video, I think.
That was somehow funny bad, but that's not a theme song.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Like we couldn't play that for a minute. I guess we could, but I was going to try to make like jingles.
Right.
It's like I don't even know what I'm doing. So we don't have those yet.
Sometime.
But this is where one would go.
It's true.
If we had one. So new car news. There's really only a couple. One of them that we like is the Toyota Yaris GR.
I believe it's GR Yaris.
GR Yaris. And we're not even sure if this is coming here, right? I don't think
it's not. It hasn't been confirmed.
It is definitely confirmed elsewhere in the world.
Yes, because they don't even sell the regular Yaris here.
Oh, they don't. They stopped.
They sell like a rebadged like Mazda that's totally different, but it kind of like occupies the old spot.
And they just call it a Yaris?
I think it's called like it's
Yaris, and so the
something.
Actual Yaris made by Toyota,
right?
Not here.
Although like Toyota increasingly owns more of Mazda.
Oh, so it's hard to.
They're kind of like they're going to start blending pretty soon.
Interesting.
At any rate.
Anyways, this is
the
GR Yaris.
Yeah,
and
it's a three-cylinder turbo, all-wheel drive. It has like 270 horsepower.
Dang.
Yeah, and it's a stick only.
Okay, here's my take. As I'm looking at this thing, it's kind of weak.
I mean, it's because it's a fucking Yaris, but
yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm all for stuff like this. It's like the thing about hot hatches when people are like,
a proper hot hatch.
Oh, a proper. This is a proper hot hatch. It's absolutely mental.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
It's
we can take it onto a B road.
Just 120 horsepower. What kind of mental?
Okay, get straight. 197 brake horsepower.
It's mental. It's a 2-cylinder. It's mental. Generally, they're pretty fucking weak. Like, they just wouldn't sell here because they're so weak. But in the UK, you've got these like tiny little curved roads and like, you know, with like a bunch of elevate. Like, yeah, that looks fun there, totally. You know, but here it's like, okay, you're going like 80.
Yeah, getting on the freeway, you're struggling.
6-lane highway next to like an F-250.
Yeah.
Properly snap crackle.
Ew. Proper. It's like you just have buzzing at 80 miles an hour in 5th gear. So they don't do super well here unless you have to cross a performance threshold. Like mental for America is like, that thing better fucking be able to like
throw you into your seat.
Yeah, you'd better, because we've got,
you gotta be a little scared.
like, have you ever noticed
It's a little cracker.
oh, this thing is just a proper ew. Can fit so many crumpets in the
boot.
You're gonna lose your Weetabix about that roundabout.
the Renault Twingo GR proper. Oh god. Anyways, have you ever noticed, like, side note, if you have a high performance car, this perfect example, and you're on just a huge wide flat road, your car feels slow as shit. Have you ever noticed that? Where it's like you can just be on something where it's like endlessly straight and wide, and you'll like floor it, and it's like, I know this car is fast, but since there's just nothing,
no sense of speed.
There's nothing around you. Versus if you like punch it in a downtown setting, you know, it's like, oh shit, this thing is fast. You know what? It's true. So but seriously, that's probably why people do it. It's like anything feels fast when you're supposed to be going 20.
Yeah, when you're just passing through the village of Chalkhamhampshire.
when you're on your cobblestone road down to pick up some truffles. Absolutely mental. But it's like, stuff feels fast when you're in a tight setting because shit's whizzing by you. And I think that's why things in America won't pass for fast a lot of times. It's like, we just have huge highways and huge, even there's
and I think that thing's pretty expensive too. So like, I'm sure that thing would be $28,000 at like the very least.
Yeah, I mean, price is another thing.
Here's the $28,000 Yaris.
Right. Yeah. Price is another thing, but I just mean if it's small, and it's kind of like the 500 Abarth.
Yeah.
Which is a cool car, and they like somehow sound awesome and stuff. And it's just like, I would never drive something that small here. It's not a pleasant experience. In a vacuum, they're an awesome car, or on some stupid little Mental.
Back road. Yeah.
B road. You get off the M1. Yeah. So, anyways, this car could be that level of performance where it's like, this is even fast for America,
Right?
Because I mean, even in this town, we literally have roads where it's like the speed limit is 55. There's stoplights. You have to get up to 55 quickly and then stop again and then get up and stop. And if
Yeah, a car like this, like you have to like search out a fucking road to enjoy it.
Unless it's fast enough. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
200 and some horsepower, it's like, shit, yeah,
268, I think.
you're moving. So that could be past the threshold for proper. Two-door though.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like sacrificing it.
Doors.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of doors. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it comes here. I mean, I'm always down to have more cool
Although
cars,
supposedly,
you know.
like, there's also a rumor that they might do that to the Corolla.
Oh,
Like,
really?
The same thing, just like
the Yaris treatment.
a size up,
Yeah.
maybe.
But same like drivetrain.
I mean, or similar. I mean, even I'm sure it'd have more power, but a similar formula applied to a slightly larger car.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll see.
I feel that. Okay. You all know we love the Supra here at Car Bros.
The new one.
Here at Car Bros. Just to recap, I think it's probably one of the most, if not the most important cars of our generation. I think we can all agree with that. I'm a big fan of this new Supra, the Mark V.
The BMW.
I was a little lukewarm on it at first.
That's just because you're naturally a BMW guy.
As if there's anything wrong with BMW. People are like, it's BMW underneath. Boo-hoo. I like it a lot. Garrett
It's fine.
thinks it's fine.
Yeah.
He thinks it's come and gone. Where do you stand? You a fan?
I mean,
I think he's on the come and gone.
yeah, I'm kind of.
Ledger.
Yeah.
I
it's a
think
pretty
they
cool
look
car.
good. I agree with you on that.
I like
Like,
the way they
I know
look.
Garrett doesn't even really like the looks that much. Again, they're fine.
The back is cool.
I like the looks of it, but it's just like
See, I think I like them, but I also think it's going to get way cooler. I think they're going to continue to
Hopefully.
iterate it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited about. If it only ever existed as this, it'd just be a really cool BMW
yeah.
thing. You know, it's as cool as like a M2. But now they make a 4-cylinder one.
I mean, they've had it since the beginning, but
But they're bringing it to America.
that's the rumor.
Yeah. It's pretty weak. It's pretty-
Well, the funniest thing is there's two different 4-cylinder versions.
Oh, there are? They're bringing them both?
Like a
I don't,
turbo
I'm not
and
sure.
a
I'm
non-turbo.
not. No, they're both turbo.
Oh.
Like I think one's like 197 horsepower, and the other one's like 250 or 260.
It's the same motor. I think that's what BMW does.
Yeah, it's like the
just
three-
like
it's like-
tuned.
Yeah,
It's like, do you want the better boost controller? It'll be like $6,000.
But the funniest thing is in the when they were like debuting the Supra, and everyone's like, "Well, how come you made it? You know, how come you worked with BMW?
Yeah.
How come they built it instead of you guys?" Like, well, the Supra had to have an inline six.
Okay, we knew a Supra had.
From the
First
beginning,
of all, we
the
knew
first
that this
thing
guy-
people associate with Supra is an inline six.
Gotta be an inline.
So that and BMW just happened to have a great one.
Okay, so we
that's-
ended up working with them because we had to have straight six.
By the
no
way, we
matter
also
what.
have two different 4-cylinder versions.
Also,
which
it's
there
never
has
been a
no-
four.
yeah.
Yeah, if
Supra
you
has
can't afford the 6-cylinder,
The name Supra was literally created when they put a 6-cylinder engine into a Celica, and it became the Supra.
It's always been a 6, and we had to make sure it was a 6. Also, we have two 4-cylinder motors that are made from BMW, and they're not better than the 6. They're way cheaper and slower, so you still want the 6. That'd be funny if they came out with like a Supra Grand Coupe. Like they started doing what BMW
Front wheel drive.
they start like expanding the Supra line like how BMW does. All right, it's a Supra, but it's an SUV.
It's the Supra X Cross.
Yeah, it'll be like the Supra Sportback GT. It's like, wait, what?
The Supra Active.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why we put that on there. I guess just to make fun of them. So we can all agree we hate the four-cylinder Supra. Yeah. This is like very minor, but the GT350R, which it's funny because that car in some ways kind of came and went, but not in a bad way. It's just still awesome.
Yeah,
It like
yeah.
passed the test.
They haven't really needed to.
Yeah.
It's
fuck
like
with it.
it's like, yeah, you know, some of them Focus RS was kind of like that, where it was like, oh my God,
It's here!
it's here. People were like shitting themselves. And I kind of feel like 2 things fucked that car up. Maybe 3. One was dealers were stupid.
Yeah, that's been the case for Mini. Not
way
many different
overcharged
cars.
for it, and then people moved on. 2 is the Type R,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like ate its lunch. But then that head gasket thing happened
right.
also, and so
Bad-
people were like,
bad
"Are they
press.
unreliable?" Or yeah, some bad press. And people were apparently they ride really rough.
Yep.
Which the one I drove was that a bad riding one because they updated the
I mean,
suspension
yeah,
to be more
yeah,
compliant.
it's adaptive, so I don't know.
But even that was supposed. I thought it was fine. I mean, I don't. People were
Yeah,
like,
it's not-
it's really stiff.
I mean,
like,
well, it's kind of supposed to be.
it's a stiff car. I don't know. But anyways, that thing kind of came and went. Those are like not cheap, but
Well, plus like I said, that was like the end of a generation.
yeah,
Like that car's already old when it came out.
sure. But that shouldn't matter. If it was good, it would have been good forever. I mean, it's still good. It just doesn't have the hype to sustain crazy prices.
Yeah.
Where the GT350R, it's like you don't really hear about them anymore, but they're still awesome.
Right.
And they're still super popular. So there is a new, this year, I think it's 2020. I don't think it's 2019. I think it's 2020. They took the like steering knuckle or something from the
I think that was
GT500.
19.
Whatever year it was,
Well,
they
yeah,
took like
fairly recently.
some pieces, but
Yeah.
pretty minor
Yeah.
from the GT500. But they raised the price like $5,000.
Uh-huh.
They like boosted the price up quite a bit. I think because they saw dealers charging so much.
Yeah.
That they're like, well, fuck. Obviously, we mispriced this
Better
thing.
get in on this.
And so that's kind of a bummer, but I like that they still make it. But they made a new model, which is just a paint scheme. I think it's just called like Heritage Edition
Yeah,
or
it's,
something. GT350R.
It's like that
Heritage.
Wimbledon white.
Yeah, and it's the paint scheme of the original one maybe.
Yeah, the
I don't know what
65.
you would. But it's just that kind of like off-white, creamy, whatever sort of popular.
The
with-
double blue stripe.
Yeah, with whatever the correct blue is.
And the rocker. The
But
rocker
like,
stripe.
holy shit, man!
Dude,
like, I already like that car.
That's the one.
But like, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that seems like a pretty solid forever car. If you're gonna like stuff something in your garage and just keep for a while, it's
Right.
like that's not gonna be outdated.
No.
It doesn't matter what the public's opinion of that car is fucking dope. But yeah, I like that they did that. Usually when people start milking a car with the packages,
The
it's
midnight
like,
edition.
Here comes the
Yeah.
midnight edition, the Fortnite
day one.
edition, or something. Yeah, it's like the X-wing,
The Kia Elantra.
yeah,
Fortnite.
it's like they're usually like, oh man, like what sucker is gonna buy this thing? But this, it's like, damn, and it's just paint, and I'm like, damn, you got me.
There's probably some plaque somewhere on the inside. or
Take my
something.
money, yeah, I'm sure, but it's like they didn't like, and
Yeah.
it's got a totally
Yeah, they
unique
did-
exhaust system
yeah.
or something. Yeah, I thought that was. I saw that. I was
It's like the Repsol edition of a motorcycle.
I want it. Is it? Is that just paint?
Yeah, it's
like
just the fairings.
winning whatever. Yeah, I thought that was pretty dope. The other thing, which I will admit, I don't really care about, but I want to bring it up anyways. Just search for Ferrari SUV. It's not out, I don't think.
They're just fan renders.
But you better believe there's some fan renders of this bad boy out. Which all of
Dang.
all of them pretty much look like the
Porsche.
Yeah, it's like a GT.
God, this one's really good.
for Lusso or something. I forget what the Lusso's called. And then like sculpted onto a Macan body.
I'm going to build the bestest boats.
Yeah.
I'm
For
pretty sure we've
everybody.
seen this guy's face before. I can't. How do you zoom in?
I don't know. Oh, I think you have to use.
There we
the-
go.
Oh damn.
This is-
Yeah, I love
this guy's
zooming in on the
getting it.
dude's face. Yeah, I don't know where they stole that from.
Wait, did we never talked about that Lexus picture, did we?
No, we're gonna have to push that. We're gonna push that to the next. It's not lined up, bro. We'll talk about it next week. Anyways, I thought this thing was funny. I mean, on one hand, I think the CEO of whatever Fiat or maybe just Ferrari, I don't remember, Sergio, whatever. He was like, "We'll never build a SUV," and then like they're making one.
Yeah.
and people like to be like, "Oh, what are you?" It's like, shut up, as if you matter. You know, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
especially if they're just generating more money to make better other shit. It's like when
I thought they were gonna make a hot hatch.
Yeah, it's like Porsche got so much shit when they made the Cayenne in like early 2000. Oh my god! It's like the stuff Porsche makes now stomps.
The stuff they used to.
Anything they used to make, and it's because they made shit ton
because they're
more
selling
money.
a shit kind of
They
like
injected a bunch of cash.
$40,000
they got this
Macans and
like
stuff. Yeah.
cash injection. So it's like, shut up, let them do whatever they want. But I just thought it was funny when you start seeing the renderings, as if anyone's like excited for this stuff coming.
I just like the super skinny front tires on this rendering for some reason.
Hey, it might happen.
Like 225s or something.
You never know. The front of a lot of sports cars, especially if they're mid-engine, they do tend to have pretty small.
They don't really need it.
Tires. Yeah, I think it's like a steering response kind of thing. But yeah, I just thought that was fun. It's like, could this be the? It's like, oh god, I'm sure that thing's gonna be fine. I mean, it's gonna be whatever. No one's gonna be like, yeah, it's just as good as the 488. like if you're in the market for this, you have a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And you want some exciting.
It's not your only car.
Yeah, right. It's like, let people have whatever the hell they want to have. You know, it's like, who cares? Settle down. Anyways, I don't really have an opinion on that. Not that I am in the market for one. So who am I? Okay, that led me to the 2020 Type R.
The refresh,
the new
update,
the brand new.
So Civic Type R. It was weird. They didn't talk about that car at all until like a week ago.
Yeah,
and it's like it's 2020.
Yeah,
and so
the calendar had already rolled over.
And the factory that they make those things in is where, England or something.
Jolly,
and
it's a proper.
It's a proper.
Boy, I'm cracking up.
Oh, the mental. The people in that factory are mental. It's a proper factory.
It's a proper brilliant piece of kit.
Oh. Ew. This is the one.
It's like we're alienating all of our British,
British our British listeners. But they are closing that factory, right? Like soon.
Closing down the factory.
Yeah, there might even be it's too mental.
There's a Bruce Springsteen song about closing this factory.
The factory was too mental, so they had to close it. But anyways, they're closing that factory, and so it's like that car's days are numbered because they make it there, and it's like they're probably not going to retool another factory to do another like year of production. I mean, I don't know. I don't totally know what's going on, but they're probably going to stop that car. And so there was a lot of chatter that there may not be a 2020.
Yeah, and
so I was like, I don't know, because Honda was really tight-lipped. And so, anyways, the 2020 came out, and it's like very minor differences. They changed to a 2-piece brake rotor, improved brake rotor. They
supposedly better cooling.
Yeah, they changed the front end
slightly,
body to allow more air to come in, and then they recalibrated the shocks, I think. And they changed some other things, and they added all the Honda safety sense stuff,
right?
So the lane keep and
the radar,
adaptive cruise control, and I think that's it. That's the major stuff. The steering wheel material or something. It's like pretty minor,
right?
But they're doing another year, and I mean, we all like that car, and so I was excited to see. I thought, and a lot of people thought, they were going to release a different model, like a slightly more hardcore version of one, or like special color,
one
or
with
something.
more wings and vents.
Yeah, a second wing. And so they didn't do that yet. I mean, they still might, but I was excited to hear any news about it. And so when it dropped, I was reading the like Civic forum news, and this kind of happens with a lot of cars. I know BMWs are very much like this, but I tend to follow those more, where a new model will come out, and then people will say like it's not as good as the current one.
There's like, oh, I'm glad I got mine last year.
They really changed the personality.
It's most often it's people who own one.
They own
trying to justify one, and it's like, glad I didn't wait because that one's worse.
The headlights are a little bit different.
Yeah, it's like I hate it or whatever, and so it's like. It just always happens. There's this like warring faction, and there's people who are like, "This way better." Like, this one's way better, you know. And there's like, "No, I'm so glad. I hate the whatever." Like, I'm sorry for anyone
It
who
doesn't
didn't get
capture the essence of the Type R.
And so, like, that's pretty normal. The BMW stuff is really funny because they change their cars quite a bit.
Right.
The M stuff, and it's like, those are really funny to read. But this one in particular, the changes I just mentioned, it's like the brake, rotors, and there are some comments that were like, it's pretty clear to me that the 2019 was closer to what the engineers had envisioned the Type R to be. What? and the newer ones are just like softened down for the public.
Marketing got a hold of them.
Yeah. It's like, dude, they
improved,
added cruise control. It's like, settle down. It was like so it's like, I'm so glad I got my 2019.
There's always one guy that's like, I wonder if we could retrofit all this stuff onto our car. Like,
which you can. It's a bumper piece. It's like this thin. It's like, oh god. It was just so funny. I was like, this is what the engineers envisioned before they changed it. The S2000 was kind of like that because they legitimately changed a lot of stuff.
The AP2.
Yeah, between the AP1 and AP2, it's like the motor's quite a bit different. The suspension's quite a bit different. Yeah. It's like it's not a different model, but it's like, that's a big change. And so you'll get a lot of arguments there where it's like, this one's closer to what the engineers, because it may have been. Yeah. It's like, a lot of the stuff they were responding to is like, people are dying.
Should probably fix that.
They're sliding into trees. It's like, this thing's crazy at the limit. And so it's like, fair enough there. But they tried to like project that onto the Type R. And it's like, no, dude, they just kept it going. Just settle down. It's not happening.
I'm glad I bought mine last year.
Well, so glad I'm
glad I feel no remorse whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay. I have a very controversial take.
Damn. This is another one that we don't know about.
John and Mike do not know.
Coming in blind.
Yeah. Strap in. So last podcast, you'll remember my very controversial take was that the early 2000s Volkswagen New Beetle is potentially no longer hideous.
It wasn't ever hideous. It was just kind of weak.
It's to own one. Yeah, was such a bold statement. Right. I don't know. It was something had changed.
Sure.
And so this take is somewhat similar to where I would even now say these cars are okay to own. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Is this the one we talked about?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I don't think. But maybe I have another one.
Maybe Garrett's hot take. Yours can come after mine.
Okay.
And this is the 2000. I might fuck up the years a little bit, but the 2004 to 2009 Toyota Prius.
Nah, no way.
That second gen, they're not bold anymore. They're just fucking beaters. It's just I don't have any emotion for these things anymore.
I thought you were going to say these things are pretty cool now.
It's not cool, but what I think this now is a new. And I'm putting the call out to everyone who has a '98 Civic. This is the new '98 Civic. It's such a boring, anonymous, ultra reliable car. They're now okay to own because it's almost not even a Prius. Because the new Prius...
First gen Prius is a sweet one.
First gen Prius is dumb. Yeah. Those things are weak.
The sedan?
Yeah, this one made a big splash. Remember, it was like, if you have one...
This kind of pioneered the shit. This was like the Larry David. Larry David actually had the first gen.
Did he?
He had like all gens.
But this was like, there were like celebrities driving this. Yeah. It was like a huge deal. Right, and now it's just like, it's an old Prius. Like they've lost a lot of... They're not trying to be cool anymore because they're pretty boring looking. Whereas even the one after this is like, kind of trying. It's like it got a little more extreme. So in my opinion, I'm declaring these things acceptable to drive.
All right. There it is. Carbro's stamp of approval.
Yeah. I could see owning one of these. You have to.
I wonder what the battery depletion is of like a 2004 Prius.
They go like over 300,000 miles. It's not uncommon for them to go over 300,000 miles.
Like taxi companies.
And so that's why another cool thing about older cars is you get, some of them have lived their full life. They've gone 0 to 400,000 miles and been junked.
Yeah.
And you got to see what they're like. And it's like, oh, they're good. And so you can try to find one with under 100,000. That's what the 4Runner was. Like, these already are proven. So you can go get one. And these are they're solid. They're reliable. And so I was like, if you need a beater, solid. I'm eyeing them. I gotta say,
what are they?
that's a sharp
Like,
car.
what are the actual like miles per gallon in a city of that thing?
City
Probably like
is probably like
45.
40.
So it's not even that much better than like a regular Civic. Then.
Not
Like a
nowadays.
new one. Like
I
new
don't think
ones
a
get like
Civic would get-
35.
45 is that's 10 more miles.
I thought you said 40.
mid 40s.
I would just buy a
city.
fucking electric car before I go one of those.
Actually, city's probably like 50, but you can get these for like $4,000.
You can get a Fiat 500.
Yeah, the Fiat 500 is tiny.
Please.
You put all your best buds in that.
These things are pretty dainty.
Dainty. Look at that thing. It's got a presence.
It's a proper hot hatch.
Tom Cruise had one of these. Right? Yeah. See, there's all these people in the comments talking about 98 Civic. I know. I'm giving you guys permission.
Yeah, to
Because
upgrade.
at some point,
To upgrade to that.
It's a Civic.
6 years
I had a
old.
98 Civic too. I'm not hating.
No.
I loved that thing. I don't miss it.
All right, can I move on to my take?
All right, let's go to your
All right,
less.
this comes from the same era.
Let's go to your less hot
It's
take.
it's the same, pretty much almost the exact same time period.
2004, 2005.
Yeah, and it probably could not. You could not find a vehicle more different than that Prius than the one we're about to talk about. But the other day, GM kind of famously announced the revival of Hummer.
Yeah, Super Bowl ad. Right?
Yeah, Super Bowl.
Or sorry,
an
big
all electric Hummer. Oh, yes, big game, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
An all electric Hummer. But
H2.
yeah, so that we were kind of talking about like, I don't know, the Hummer H2 is actually kind of sweet.
I wouldn't say sweet.
I don't.
No,
But it's hyper iconic.
yeah, I could see these becoming like pretty big in the next
Yeah.
10 to 15 years.
The thing is like it's only big as it's got to be yellow. If you're gonna get one,
Yeah,
fucking get yellow.
Yeah.
You're a chump if you don't. But like they get shit mileage. I mean,
Yeah.
these are super. They were
Fucking dumb this thing looks.
but they're so big. I saw one the other day and I
Yeah,
was
they're
like,
massive.
oh fuck, I forgot how big those were.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like Cybertruck-esque.
In that it's
and
extreme.
Yeah, at least especially when they were new.
Yeah, I mean, still,
This-
you see when
thi-
these drive by it, you.
This
notice it.
is like the quintessential like mid 2000s,
Yeah.
early 2000s
Yeah,
vehicle.
A lot of hip hop.
yeah, like
videos
50 Cent
featured this.
rapping in front of him, Missy Elliott, in some like trash bag outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with you that they are iconic,
Yes.
and if you want to own one as like a sixth car
Yeah.
in your garage of like cool
I
cars,
I wouldn't.
because you would want to like let's take it out, like let's go to the movies in the Hummer,
Yeah.
but to drive it beyond that is like probably such a pain.
They're
in
probably
the
pretty
ass.
good off road. I would.
No,
Yeah, I'm
no,
sure
they're not. They're
Really?
not.
Probably
Yeah.
not on like
It's essentially just a Tahoe underneath. So it's
well,
not-
it's
That's
like
still
a
pretty
four-wheel
good.
drive.
It's like a built up.
Yeah, it's built up. Come on.
no, I don't think so.
Well, you could.
I just
drive,
remember when
drive
these were
on the-
actually like really popular. People were taking them off road and just like snapping axles like left and
could
right.
drive onto some grassy.
Yeah.
Could drop your
There,
kids.
there was a
off.
guy that when I used to work at that shop that like sold aftermarket parts. There was a gentleman that would come by, and he was one of the higher ups at one of the like local Indian gaming casinos, and he had a yellow H2 with like
Damn.
rims, and he had a custom like I
Ballin'.
think it was on the spare tire thing, and it said like Chief Lots of Dough. Yeah, like airbrushed on the back, fucking spare tire.
Yeah, if you want to send a
H2.
message, Hummer is probably still
Yeah.
the Hummer Prius combo.
Yeah, solid.
It's not a bad lineup
His and hers.
for the early 2000s enthusiast. Speaking of early 2000s, Fast 9
Oh, just dropped.
Yeah, the trailer
dropped.
Yeah.
The trailer.
from like last week or something.
Yeah, and you should probably watch it.
God, that movie.
You should probably watch that trailer because I feel like if we had a lot of money and we tried to make a joke trailer, it's not far off
Right.
It's pretty
from what we would make. They have blurred the line of satire
Yeah.
essentially, so it's just more of the same. It's now become this like CIA action porn.
yeah.
John Cena is Dom
Yeah.
Toretto's brother that's
Yeah.
never
Oh,
been
yeah.
spoken
Exactly,
of
yeah.
in any of the previous 8 films.
Yeah.
It's just like the people sat around at a table and tried to like one up each other. And so it's like everything about the movie is extreme.
And then they took a chapter out of the Star Wars book, and they're like, "Remember that character that died? Well, he's back."
Yeah, they like bringing people. And all bets are off at this point. It's loosely connected to anything. That movie should just be called Vin Diesel Paycheck Day. Vin Diesel, put more money in his
My favorite part
rocket.
is that there's a thing where like, what is he like? He connects a charger like onto a plane or something, or like goes off some weird bridge. Anyway, there's some scene in the trailer where it's just like, it's just pure CG. Like it's not.
Yeah,
they're not even. They're not
try.
even like doing a stunt. It's just like Vin Diesel's like hanging like 10,000 feet in the air.
He's swinging.
There's some like steel
plane,
like cable like
Tarzan.
zip line, and he like crashes into the cable, and then somehow hooks it around the front tire in the same move.
They're just like, we're not even gonna like try to do this. And
No.
We're gonna
Just
be,
render it.
We're gonna be their opening day live streaming in the theater during the movie, commenting on. If you want to see our reaction. So anyways, it's hilariously bad, but it was making me laugh about just like the arc of that series. How it started as a bad but car centered.
Trying to get onto the tuner.
it was
series.
I think the original was like based on an article in a magazine.
Oh, really?
About like real. So some guys like, I can make a movie about this.
Street racing. Yeah. It's like the whole underground. I mean, it's this whole thing. And it's morphed.
It was the original one was exaggerated, but it was still like it's based on something that theoretically
The only thing they share in common essentially is Vin Diesel and exaggeration. And it's just more of two of those things. But it was making me think about like where that series tried to go before they found their vein of gold.
Right.
Because the second one was basically more of the same. The second one was very similar.
kinda
to
like
the
East
first.
Coast.
it was just like
Miami.
a dumber version.
Yeah, I was like, do you like this? And then was the third one Tokyo Drift?
Yeah, the third one's
Tokyo Drift cracks me up because it's just like to go from Tokyo Drift to Fast 9.
Yeah.
That fucking song.
Yeah.
Can we play that song. Let's put that song in the next podcast.
The Paul Walker song?
Teriyaki Boys.
Oh, yes. Okay, that song, yes.
That song to these like children drifting. And we get there to like Vin Diesel swinging in his car like Tarzan.
Yep. Fighting tanks.
Punching tanks. It's like they're just chasing money essentially. I mean, I'm sure they make a ton of money.
Right.
They wouldn't keep making it. But yeah, I was kind of cracking up about like where
Also, on that note,
where that series is
the
going.
Fast and Furious video game that's coming out in like a couple months.
Oh damn, I didn't know about that.
Oh, that's right. That's
like
right.
Vin,
Yeah.
like I saw the announcement like E3 or something last year or something, or the Game Awards. I can't remember, but like go watch the trailer for that too, because the fucking graphics on that look like a mobile game. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is like a mobile game. And it's like, no, it's PS4, Xbox One. Like it's so fucking bad.
State of the art.
Like Vin Diesel's like character model looks really great.
The crazy thing is, there's people that like theoretically are fans of that series.
Sure,
That were that were not alive when the first one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're like diehard Fast 8
That-
fans.
that's like a faded legend of the past.
Yeah, it's a relic.
Mythical.
Yeah, Vin Diesel looks young as shit in that
I
first. He
know.
just looks like a little boy.
And he's like scrawny. Like he was like back then we thought he was buff, but
he's
it's
just
just like
little-
now
he's
he's
just
yeah,
just
he's a
fucking,
little
like,
bitch. Like we could like
Yeah.
have a decent chance fighting him.
Right.
He's just like a guy. You know,
he just wears like a t-shirt that's like one size too small. Yeah.
Buster came back for me.
Yeah.
he's like kind of into lifting.
Yeah.
He's all big now. Yeah. Okay. This podcast is about to fall off the rails. I shouldn't even talk about this. I don't know why this is connected. I'm just going to do it. It was in the same flavor of the arc of Fast and the Furious taking a weird turn.
Speaking of arcs.
Speaking of arcs, the second Indiana Jones. I don't know why we were talking about this the other day.
Temple of Doom.
Temple of
right?
Doom.
Temple of Doom.
Which technically takes place before the first Indiana Jones.
It just
Does it?
like
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just
I
the thing that
remember
cracks me up is them writing that. It's like, all right, the first one did pretty well, and it's like, you know what we need is some like over the top Asian child sidekick.
Yep.
Like, I can just,
Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones. I can just picture him shooting that, and Harrison's like, I don't know about.
I don't know about this, Steven.
You sure we need this kid, Steve? No, it's good. It's good. Just shoot it. Dr. Jones, I don't know. It's like, you know what made the first one good? Was his lovable sidekick.
What's the kid's name?
Short round.
Short
That's-
round,
okay,
bro.
that's what no, I was gonna say that, but I thought that would have been like a bad word.
That name would
Yeah.
not fly today. Let me tell you right now.
Yeah. Anyways, I was just cracking up about like, surely people were like, this isn't. I don't know if this is gonna. That movie's fine. All right, let's run away from that.
Monkey
Okay.
brains.
Let's end on unrelated but semi-car related. Sonic. Is that a national
Hedgehog?
chain?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the hedgehog.
No, Sonic
Yeah.
Burger.
I'm pretty sure it's
Does
national.
everyone have
The
that?
drive-in.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, if you don't, if that's only a West Coast thing or something, it's basically it's a restaurant, but you pull in and there's like a
it's like the
speaker
old,
thing.
It's like a drive-in restaurant.
It's like a
Yeah.
drive-in restaurant, and you order and then they like bring it out to you
Yeah.
and you eat in your car. The whole thing for me is like, who the fuck wants to eat in their car?
I don't want to get out.
Like, are
mean,
people?
That was a thing, like in the 70s. and-
Yeah, so was asbestos.
Right.
Like,
It's true. I mean, like, yeah, it's just an old time relic. Like,
I guess it's just, to me, my association with eating in my car is like, shit, there's either something expensive in my car or the restaurant is
pretty sure-
closed.
pretty sure 90% of people don't give a fuck.
Or really, I'm always
pretty
like,
sure.
this is embarrassing. I'll be like eating in the parking lot in my car. Like,
Yeah, I don't mind drinking. Eating, I do it, but I don't really.
yeah, it's like
enjoy
you're
it.
kind of like, you're like looking
Yeah.
around. It's like, it's kind of the pathetic option.